Hello again, BJFH. We're back, continuing our Let's Play through Dear Esther, and we're continuing to climb up these stairs and go through these paths. We're nearly at this big tower here, this blinking light that he's seen since near the beginning of the game, and I'm guessing that's where things are going to go down.
To climb. I will abandon this body and take to the air.
Okay. So yeah, I'm betting here that this is going to be where the game
Dear Esther, I have burnt
ends.
my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island.
It's taking control from me.
Who was Jacobson? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you.
And we're
drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jacobson flying beside me. They will leave white
we're climbing
lines
up the
carved
ladder
into
right
the
now
air
at this
to
big
reach the
tower.
mainland, where help will be sent.
And I still don't have control. We're at the top of the tower. And it looks okay. I think he's gonna jump. Yeah, really slow motion. Oh man. Oh man, we're falling. Okay, now we're just doing a flyover. So we climbed up the tower. And now we jumped and we're flying around. Back the way we came. Back by those boats, those paper boats on the water. Fading to black. Still just a black screen. Okay. Still just a black screen. I don't know if that's the way the game ends. If I'm supposed to move the mouse or walk around. There's literally nothing on the screen right now. I'll just try, I don't know, just try walking forward, or if I hit escape. No, if I hit escape. Huh. Well, I would hazard a guess to say that I think we've reached the end of the game. I didn't know if it was going to fade up into something else, like he was doing kind of just a flashback memory thing, or I didn't know if it would fade into something else, but it looks like fade to black, we are done. So that was Dear Esther. Pretty short game. Like I said, I've heard it was supposed to be pretty short, and it was actually pretty short. I tried to do some describing of kind of what was going on as we were going, and the narration was pretty kind of interesting. I would like to actually play this game again at some point in the future, just especially now that I know sort of where to go. It'll work a little faster. But I would like to hear what other bits of dialogue he says, because I'm guessing you probably will get other little bits and pieces to the story. So yeah, there actually is a little bit of replay value here, because the story is kind of interesting and purposely left, I think, a little bit vague, for your interpretation or multiple playthroughs, whatever. But may not have been the most exciting game, not a lot of action or anything per se, but I enjoyed it, and I'm actually glad that there are games like Dear Esther, and there's been a few other indie games of in recent months that have not been about running and shooting or killing or whatever it happens to be. I think we're really starting to see in 2012. I really think that 2012 is a really good year as far as moving games forward as a medium, I think. There were several games, Dear Esther being one of them, The Walking Dead being a huge step forward. I think I'll like to cover that at some point in the future. But with storytelling in general, Dear Esther, The Walking Dead has won many Game of the Year awards from different websites and publications. There's a PS3 game that I haven't played yet called Papa EO. Excuse me. But that is another one that's really focused around an interesting story, and I think that other developers, whether they're independent or a lot of these AAA developers, should really take a look at games like this. Excuse me. I don't know, something's in my throat here. But I really hope that more developers pay attention to some of these games that came out in 2012, because it doesn't... frankly, I'm getting tired of all the games where games or movies or books or whatever it happens to be, but especially games and movies, where I'm this, lone survivor or major person, or small group or whatever, but we have to save the world, and only we can do it, and blah blah blah. There's more to storytelling than having to save the world. Just this, like Dear Esther here, we're just walking through, reflecting on this guy's thoughts and different things. I really hope more games explore different things like that. I mean, The Walking Dead, another great example. Like I said, I wrote a blog post about it a little while ago, and like I said, I'd like to cover it in my YouTube channel at some point, to some extent at least. But again, it's it's about zombies and zombie apocalypse thing, but it's not about saving the world and getting rid of the zombie plague. It's about a group of people trying to survive in this crazy environment, and it's about the relationship between this Lee character and and the kid. And it does a really good job. You're never out to save the world, you're just going to survive. But So yeah, I mean, like I said, I really like where things are going, and hopefully you found, excuse me, hopefully you found Dear Esther to be an interesting Let's Play. I'll probably go back to something a little more actiony in the future here. But to wrap it up, I mean, I will say it was an interesting game. I definitely would like to try to play it again and see what more story bits I get out of it. Again, there's a, overall I didn't have too much of a visual problem playing the game. I do wish I was able to read some of those kind of painted text things a little bit easier. And there were, I think, 2 or so spots where I kind of did get a little bit lost, and either didn't see some cue telling me, oh, this is where you're supposed to go, or just overlooked a path or something like that. But I'm guessing that anyone, that can happen to anyone. But other than getting lost a couple times, not too bad. So that was Dear Esther. Hope you enjoyed it. And until the next video, just like I said, leave any comments or questions down below. And until I talk to you guys again, I will talk to you guys next time.